Look, they see you. They see you out here, like a puppet, pulling strings just to grab a shred of their attention. You light up like a Christmas tree the moment they reply, hours, maybe even days later. Sound familiar? Yeah, today I'm here to tell you this. Every time you chase, you lose your power. But what if I told you there's a way to flip the script? A way to make them miss you, to make them realize your worth? Stay with me, because today I'm sharing the psychology-backed secret to reclaiming your power and flipping the dynamic. Trust me, it's going to hit them harder than you'd ever expect. Section 1. Why chasing makes them run. Let's not sugarcoat it. When you always make the first move, texting first, always showing up, always initiating, what you're really doing is handing over your power on a silver platter. Think about it. When you're always available, they assume you'll always be there. It's like they've got you on speed dial emotionally, ready to respond, ready to care, ready to drop everything the second they decide to show up. But here's the harsh truth. The more you chase, the more they run. Why? Because people don't value what's always there. They take it for granted. It's human nature. Think about it. You're offering yourself like a limitless resource, always showing up, always saying yes, always giving. And what happens when something's limitless? It loses its value. But the moment you take a step back, that's when the dynamic flips. That's when they feel the shift. And trust me, they will feel it. It's like pulling a chair out from under them. 1 minute, they're leaning on your presence without a second thought, and the next minute, they're stumbling, looking around, wondering where you went. Here's the beauty of it. Silence speaks louder than words ever could. At first, they won't panic. They'll brush it off, thinking, oh, they'll text me soon. They always do. They always come back. But give it a day, give it 2, and then watch what happens. That silence you're holding, it starts to gnaw at them. It's like background noise that won't go away. Those good morning texts they used to wake up to? Gone. That encouraging message when they were feeling down? Gone. The way your energy used to light up their day like the sun breaking through the clouds? Gone. Suddenly, you're not just absent. You're a void they can't ignore. And let me tell you something about voids. People hate them. They're uncomfortable. They creep in during quiet moments, like when they're scrolling their phone before bed realizing your name isn't popping up, or when they're walking into work and they don't see that "good luck today" message they used to get. You see, they don't notice your value when you're constantly there. They notice it when you're missing. And that's where the shift begins. They'll start to wonder, wait, where did they go? Did something happen? Are they mad at me? Did I lose them? These thoughts don't hit like a hammer all at once. They start as whispers in the back of their mind. But whispers have a funny way of turning into screams when you hold your silence long enough. And here's where it gets interesting. People underestimate the power of a shift in behavior. They've got you figured out. They think they know your next move. But when you pull back, when you stop chasing, you become unpredictable. You disrupt the pattern they've grown so used to. And that's where you win. Because nothing hooks a person more than not knowing what's going on. It sparks curiosity, and curiosity, that's where emotional investment begins. So here's what I want you to do. Hold your silence. Let them feel the emptiness you left behind. Let it settle in like a weight they can't shake. Don't fill that void with another message, another call, or another apology for being too much. Don't you dare make the first move again. Because here's the truth. The second you stop chasing is the second they start paying attention. It's the moment they realize, wait a minute, maybe I messed up. Maybe I underestimated them. Maybe they're not always going to be here. And that thought? It will eat at them. Slowly but surely they'll start to miss you. Now I know what you're thinking, but what if they don't notice? What if they don't care? Trust me, they'll notice. People don't miss water until the well runs dry. And right now, you are pulling back that water supply, and they are about to feel it. Hold on tight, because in the next section, I'm going to show you exactly why your absence will hit them harder than you ever thought possible, and how to stay strong through the toughest part, the waiting. But before we dive in, if this message is already hitting home for you, do me a favor, smash that like button. Not only does it help this video reach more people who need to hear it, but it lets me know you're ready to take back your power. 2. Let's get real. People only value what they think they might lose. It's not fair, but it's human nature. The things that are rare, the things that feel just out of reach, those are the things we can't stop thinking about. Now picture this, you're a rare book, a one-of-a-kind, irreplaceable masterpiece, a work of art that's filled with stories, depth, and wisdom. But if you're just sitting there on the shelf, always within arm's reach, what happens? They'll think, I'll get to it later, it'll still be there tomorrow. And let me tell you something about tomorrow. It never comes. Because when something feels guaranteed, we don't rush to appreciate it. But the second you disappear, that's when the game changes. The moment they look for you and you're not there, the moment they realize they can't just pick up where they left off, that's when you become unforgettable. Suddenly, you're not just an option they've overlooked. You're a mystery they can't stop obsessing over. And nothing keeps people hooked more than a question they don't know how to answer. Where did you go? Why aren't you there anymore? Did they lose you for good? Those questions hit harder than you think. They creep in during the quiet moments, when they're lying in bed, scrolling through their phone, and noticing you haven't texted. When they wake up expecting that good morning message, and instead, silence. And here's the beauty of it. That silence, it's not passive. It's powerful. Because absence forces reflection. It forces them to confront what they've been taking for granted. Those little things they brushed off, your kindness, your consistency, your attention, those were never small things at all. They were the foundation holding up their comfort. And now that you're gone, they feel it. Think of it like this. You're no longer the warm light they could always count on. You're the sudden power outage. At first they'll say, no big deal, it'll come back on soon. But as the minutes tick by, as the hours stretch longer, they'll start to panic. They'll realize how much they relied on that light, how much it meant to them, because now they're sitting in the dark, wishing they'd appreciated it while it was still there. But here's the deal. This isn't about playing games. It's not about manipulation or trickery. This is about reclaiming your power. This is about reminding yourself, and them, that you're not a backup plan. You're not an option. You're not someone who's always available, waiting in the wings. You're the main character of your story, and it's about time you started acting like it. When you stop overgiving, when you stop treating yourself like a discount item that anyone can grab without effort, that's when they finally wake up. That's when they realize your value, and when that realization hits, it's like getting hit by a freight train. The regret, it sneaks in slowly at first. A little thought here, a memory there. But before they know it, they're replaying everything you did for them, everything you gave so freely, and suddenly, they're kicking themselves for not seeing it sooner. Here's the truth. People only regret losing you when they believe you're truly gone. Not when you send another checking-in text, not when you drop a hint on social media, but when you pull back completely, when you vanish so subtly that they don't even realize it until it's too late. It's in that space, in your absence, that they finally see your worth. They start replaying all the ways you showed up for them, all the times you were their safe place, their emotional rock. And trust me, they'll feel that loss. Hard. Here's where the magic really happens. When you stop showing up for people who don't value you, you create space for something much more important. You. You start showing up for yourself. You take that energy you've been pouring into them, and you pour it back into your own life. And guess what? That's when everything shifts. You're no longer the person waiting for crumbs of attention. You're the person building a life so full, so vibrant that anyone who overlooked you starts to realize exactly what they missed. And trust me, nothing is more magnetic than someone who knows their worth. So let them feel your absence. Let them sit in the silence. Don't rush to fill the void just because it feels uncomfortable. Because that void, it's where the real transformation happens. Now here's the best part. When they start to realize what they've lost, when the regret kicks in, you'll already be miles ahead. And in the next section, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn that shift into your greatest advantage. But before we dive into that, if you're ready to reclaim your worth and take back your power, Smash that like button and drop a comment saying, I am not a backup plan. Let's make this a declaration, because the days of settling, they're over. Section 3. Focus on you. Become irresistible. Now here's where the magic happens. You focus on you. This isn't about making them jealous. It's about building a life you love. Hit the gym, not because of them, but because it feels good to take care of yourself. Pick up that hobby you've been putting off. Start a side hustle. Level up in your career, because when you glow from the inside out, they'll notice. And here's the kicker. The second you stop needing their validation, they'll start craving yours. It's human nature. We want what feels out of reach. And trust me, when they see you thriving, when they see that you're not waiting for them anymore, it'll mess with their head. Section 4. Master the art of silence. Silence isn't passive, it's deliberate, it's strategic. At first, they'll think you're busy or playing hard to get. But as the days pass, that silence becomes deafening. They'll scroll through their phone looking for your name. They'll peek at your social media, wondering where you've gone. Why haven't they heard from you? Here's what you do. You hold the line. No texts, no check-ins. You let them wrestle with that void, because every second you don't break, you're teaching them a lesson they won't forget. Your energy is earned, not handed out freely. If you're ready to reclaim your power, drop a "I am done waiting" in the comments. Let the world know you're not chasing anyone anymore. Section 5. Digital mystery. Control what they see. Here's where it gets really powerful. Your digital presence. If you usually post every day, scale it back. Become a question mark, a scenic photo here, a vague caption there. Nothing too obvious. You're not ghosting, you're creating mystery. Why? Because curiosity is magnetic. When they lose access to your life, they'll become obsessed with trying to piece it together. But here's the secret. You're not doing this for them, you're doing it for you. Say it with me. I move in silence. You're not broadcasting your life for anyone's approval. You're building it, one intentional move at a time. Section 6. Hold the line. Let them earn it. Eventually they'll reach out. "Hey, how have you been?" A random comment on your post. But here's the test. Don't cave in too soon. If you rush back, you reset the dynamic. Instead, you hold the line. You protect your boundaries. You make them earn back access to your energy. Trust me, when they realize they can't just stroll back into your life, that's when the regret sets in. And that's where you win. Here's the truth. You don't need their attention to feel whole. You don't need to chase anyone to prove your worth. From this moment forward, you are your own main priority. Say it with me. I build for me. If this video gave you the push you needed, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. The days of waiting, they're over. This is your time to rise, reclaim your power, and thrive.